This is Before the Pitch, where you can love New York baseball no matter what shade of blue you are wearing. I am Scott, and welcome to a brand new baseball season and also a brand new season of 9 Innings Trivia. Here's how this works. We take 2 trivia teams and make them do a trivia showdown against each other, but there's a twist. Each team will be made up exclusively of fans of a certain MLB franchise, and they will be answering questions about each other's teams. This year we're starting it off extra special because we are using the matchups from the opening day matchups. And this episode we are going to be doing the New York Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. This intro is being filmed after everything was already recorded, and I promise you, you're going to want to stay for this whole thing because it's absolutely hysterical and it's an absolute great time, and you are going to be blown away by the ability of some of these contestants to answer questions that I bet you have no clue about. We hope by the end of this episode you learn a thing or two and maybe make some new friends while we are doing it. After all, that is the ultimate goal. So without further ado, the players all know the rules. Let us play 9 Innings Trivia, starting with Team Toronto Blue Jays.
I'm Johnny. Take 2. Go ahead.
I'm Keith. I live just north of Toronto.
I'm Christian. I am southeast of Toronto.
I'm Kim. I'm 2 cities west of Toronto.
We're all real close.
I'm also west of Toronto, and I'm going to be terrible at this. Just putting that out there.
Right on. And I'm Blue Jay's dad, and I'm in Bloomington, Minnesota.
And everybody knows me, and I am nowhere near Toronto, not even in the same country.
None of us are near Toronto, are we?
Ready, so
Like an hour away.
your first question. Remember, they start a little bit easier and they progressively get a little bit harder. When was the last time the Yankees hosted the All-Star Game?
2008.
2004.
Last year, Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, I could believe that. I could see 2008.
Yeah.
Sure.
It hasn't been in the
Let's go 2008.
That's for
You sounded
sure.
pretty damn confident.
Yep.
Let's do that.
The correct answer is
Did they host it?
2008. It was the final year of Yankee Stadium before they built the brand new one.
Nice.
Yeah, that seemed like a pretty good guess.
Yeah.
I would have done 2009, but then yeah, that was a good
You
guess.
can remember it because Josh Hamilton hit the the record whatever home
All
runs,
the
and
home
that you
runs.
could always remember that at the old stadium because he almost hit the crowns that were in the outfield, and no one's ever hit one that far except for Mickey Mantle, who was just a couple feet to the right. But when he played, the crowns were still up at the top, but he missed the crowns by a little bit. If it was over 5 feet, it would have been the only baseball that would have left Yankee Stadium, and Josh Hamilton came the closest to that.
Yeah, but they didn't let Vlad Jr. hit then. And he was only
Yeah.
10, maybe. But he could have probably hit it farther.
Oh, for sure. He would have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I actually missed that home run derby that Vlad Jr. went completely off.
I watched it while I was
It was
working. I used
insane.
up all my data in one day.
I had to,
You won and you lose.
I had to coach a game and I missed the whole thing. Question number 2. The original Yankee Stadium was built in a very specific location so that it could be seen from this former MLB stadium.
The Polo Grounds.
Yeah,
It's the
I
only one
would
because you could see across the river. You could see the Polo Grounds, and it was the only 2 stadiums you could see. Now you can still see San Francisco and Oakland. You can see, but New York Polo Grounds and Yankee Stadium are the only ones you can see from each other.
That is correct,
Yeah.
because the original
Wow.
he said I want them to. He said I want all those Giants fans to look out into the outfield and see the better stadium across the river. If you were sitting behind home plate, you could see it. There's still a little bit remains of the Polo Grounds right there. I'm planning on visiting that this summer. There's
The
one
staircase.
staircase left. Yeah, yeah.
The little patch of grass that Willie
Yeah.
Mays caught that ball.
I wonder if you could do some math and actually figure out where that is. You have to be able to. Go. Home plate is marked.
Yeah.
Home plate is still marked.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a way to do some math,
480
actually.
feet.
Well, you can
in the
watch.
center field.
There's a video on it from Foolish Baseball that he did, and it kind of discusses the whole idea where if you look at the video, it doesn't look like it was that impressive of a catch, but he went into some deep archives and analytics and stuff from the present, and it was actually like one of the toughest catches of all time.
I believe that. I still think the most impressive catch I've ever seen in my life was Jim Edmonds at that game in Kansas City. If you look up Jim Edmonds' best catch ever, I show the kids that I coach that. I'm like, that's outstanding. Question number 3. Not counting number 42, which number have the Yankees retired twice?
Ooh.
How do you do that?
How do you retire a number twice? Like, you doubly can't use that, okay? You can't put it in
Really
a...
mean it.
Not
They don't
only
have
can
any
you not
single,
use
it's
that
a
number,
single-digit number because they don't have any single-digit numbers left.
Yeah.
Number 3?
I'm thinking it might be 2.
2.
3 or Derek Jeter, yeah.
Because, like, if we can think of somebody back.
No, Jeter was the last guy to wear a single digit, so it wasn't him.
Oh, that's true, yeah, I guess.
Because it was like for a manager and a player, I think.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I'm pretty sure it was for a manager and a player. I'm just trying to remember the number, and I want to say it was for like who was the manager that won all the World Series in the 50s and 60s,
Billy Barton.
or like in the late 40s, 50s when they beat the Dodgers every year. Not was it Casey Stengel or?
Hey, but then the question is what was his number?
Yeah.
It's like we can name all we want, but if we don't know the number, that doesn't help much. I do agree with you that it definitely is. It has to be a single-digit number. I don't think it's. It just seems unrealistic to be above that.
Yeah, there's only 10 of those.
I want to say either 5 or 8, but I'm just.
I was leaning towards 8.
I thought 3,
Hey.
but
No, the Babe was the only one wearing 3. And then Lou Gehrig was 4. He was the first number retired, I think.
What about 0?
Billy Martin was 1. 0, I don't think they've retired.
I don't know, just kind of
Jeter
toss
was
it in there.
2. Mantle was 7.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to remember, like I'm chanting my Billy Crystal because he always talked about Mickey Mantle. Yeah, I want to say 8. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll log in with your 8 if any of you guys want to.
I don't know. I haven't gotten anything right today, so just go ahead.
So first of all, I am a world of impressed at your ability to name most of those retired numbers and who they belong to. Number 0 is not retired. A lot of people just wore it last year. The correct answer is number 8.
Wow.
Oh!
Nice.
Yogi Berra and Bill
Well
Dickey.
done.
Yogi Berra and Bill Dickey.
Yeah, okay.
I'm impressed. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, that is impressive.
Yeah, so now it doesn't bode well for those Yankees. We're going to go 9 for 9.
Oh, now you've jinxed it.
Nah.
we're on question 3. Come on, guys.
Given, I'll tell you this though. Given how well Jonathan is just taking this over, you guys actually might beat the Yankees, which it might mean that I need to pick harder questions next time. I don't know.
Now you got all the pressure on me.
Okay, we're all going to bed. It's time for Jonathan to take the show over.
We're supporting characters.
Just
Yes.
somebody tell me what the score in the curling is, because I'm PBRing it for tomorrow.
The Jays are going into extras.
That's a
though.
sport in Canada.
Question number 4. Babe Ruth holds the record for the most home runs in a Yankee uniform. Who is number 2?
I'm going to throw a name out there, possibly Mantle.
Mantle is the most by a switch hitter. I know that for sure.
Derek.
Well, because I'm thinking about between Mantle and Marist, they swapped back and forth for like top 2 amount of home runs for like 5 years. They like
Actually, yeah,
And-
Maris. I'm going to go.
Did Maris-
Maris didn't play long enough for the Yankees.
I don't think it was Marist because he didn't play long enough, but I could see Mantle.
Did you say Yankees? Yankees career?
Yeah.
Or career?
Um,
I'm gonna go with Mickey Mantle.
I'm thinking Mantle, but let's
I think it's
let's
probably
not
Mantle.
let's not jump on the gun. Let's think of
So
if the
again, I don't think
gun-
DiMaggio was long enough either. He only played 10 years.
No, and well, he didn't hit home runs like that. He was more of a
No.
he was lower on the he was the good hitter, not the good power.
Yeah, I worry about Mantle's knees.
Is there anybody recent, like within the past like 50 years, that would have any chance?
Not with the longevity.
That's true.
I mean, like the only guy who's played a long time for the Yankees would be Jeter, and he didn't hit home runs.
No, he didn't.
A-Rod? No.
No, he didn't
No.
play with the Yankees for nearly long enough.
He and Roger Clemens may be tied with the most needles in their bums, but
Definitely true.
yeah, probably Mantle. Let's go with
Yeah,
Mantle.
let's go with Mantle.
The correct
Sounds good.
answer, the Yankee who is number 2 in most home runs in the Yankee uniform is Mickey Mantle.
Yay!
Okay, I'm happy with that one.
Well
I
played.
thought you were going to say Lou Gehrig.
When I first
You
looked
have
it up,
number
I
3?
thought it was going to wind up being Alex Rodriguez because A-Rod's like number something on the all-time home runs list.
With
But
an
yeah,
asterisk.
yeah, but they didn't all come in from New York. Not enough came in from New York. He's like number 5, I think, on the Yankee list.
Yeah, it's because he had so many while he was in Seattle and Texas.
Yes, yeah, especially in Texas. He hit a shit ton in Texas. Even though
those were his better years.
Yeah.
Like not even close.
I know his MVP year was he had an MVP year in 07 with the Yankees.
03.
Yeah, in 03. Yeah. He has a lot of Yankee home runs though. Don't get me wrong. He has the most. This isn't a question I can tell you. He has the most grand slams of any player in baseball. He's tied for it with Lou Gehrig, and also tied for most with the Yankees too.
There you go.
What's the next question?
Is that number 4 or 5?
That was number 4. Which 2 teammates won the World Series in 1992 with the Blue Jays and 1998 with the Yankees?
Teammates.
92.
David
Wells is one of them.
Sorry, who?
Boomer Butte.
Wells. David Wells.
Yeah,
'cause
Wells.
Wells
And
was
then-
on 92,
Was
but he
Cone?
wasn't on 93.
Wells and Fernandez.
Coney.
Who's Cone?
Yeah, probably Cone.
David Cone.
Wasn't
Sorry,
hold
what
on, hold on. Wasn't
Yeah, Cone.
What,
Cone, yeah. Cone.
what year?
No,
92 and 98?
Wait,
92?
92?
So-
I thought he said 93.
90. You said 92.
92 with the Blue Jays, 98 with the Yankees.
Yeah, that could be Wells and Cone. Except, no, it can't be Wells because Wells got traded for Clemens.
Oh.
Fernandez.
But it's
then.
definitely
Fernandez
David Cone. And
Fernandez ended his career there.
no, Fernandez ended his career walking out of the dugout in Toronto.
and
He's
Fernandez
still,
93, not 92.
Was Henderson in 92 or 93? I know he was in 93, but was he in 92?
I don't
No.
think so.
No, I didn't
Henderson
think so.
got traded midseason. Cone got traded midseason to the Blue Jays from the
I was
Mets.
hoping the right answer would be Jimmy Key, but I don't think it is.
Ooh. No,
Well, I
because
like him.
Key,
A little late, I think.
Yeah, Jimmy Key was 93.
Like someone like
no,
Molitor
Jimmy
did
Key was
go to
92, but he went to the Yankees and then he went to Baltimore.
Yeah.
And I
it's,
think he only played 3
yeah.
years for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Because his last year in Toronto was 92 because he did the tip of the cap when he walked off the mound. So I was old enough to see the games.
Oh, are you hating on me now?
Yeah, all you guys are young. Oh, shoot. It wasn't Timlin because Timlin went to like the Orioles and then he went to Boston.
Is
I
the
don't
question,
think Fernandez won a World Series ring, but he wasn't on 92 anyway.
I think we're more thinking on who's on the 92 roster rather than the 98.
yes.
Yeah.
That's
We
what I'm
don't
trying to
know
think
who
of
was
who's
on
on
that
92.
Well, if we could figure out who's on 92.
Well, was Molitor and them on 92 or 3?
No, it was
93.
93.
How about Olerud?
Well, Rude was 2.
Uh,
He was
Oh, yeah,
two.
he was on both. Could
Yeah, he was on
on-
both.
Yeah, he was on both.
But was he on the 98 roster?
I don't think Metalhead was on the 98 roster because he went to the Mets. He didn't go to the Yankees.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
He finished his career with the Yankees.
But his Mets and Mariners before that.
I thought he went to the Dodgers.
So
I think he was with the Dodgers before the Blue Jays.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, before?
Yeah, beforehand. I think Stark Raving Sports also has a video on that. That's kind of half my knowledge is the videos.
yeah.
So we're saying
David
Wells
Cohn
was one of them.
David Cohn for sure.
Oh, David Cohn, not Wells?
No,
David
not
Cohn,
Wells,
not
because
Wells.
Wells got traded for Clemens.
So Cohn, and then
Because in '98, Wells was pitching for the Blue Jays again.
so then now I'm trying to flip to think who's on the 98 roster more so.
Al Leiter.
Oh yeah. That
Al Leiter and David Cohn.
final answer.
Final answer.
That'd be
Final
my
answer.
All right.
Do we get part
One of them is David Cohn.
I knew that was a sure thing.
The
Nice.
other one is David Wells.
Oh!
David Wells started Game 1 of the World Series.
Son of a gun.
Al Leiter won in '97 with the Marlins.
I'm not gonna say I told you so, but I told you so.
I think he went. So now I need to look up. So if I find out Al Leiter was on the Yankee, I doubt he was on that team because I would have probably remembered that. But just to
I think
double
that
check,
deserves a half point right there.
just to double check,
No, I think you're right. I think
because he was on the Yankees like earlier. I remember.
I just remember hearing the story about Beeston swearing when he left as a
Yeah, no, he went to the Mets in '98. Yeah, so it's Cohn and
Different DMT.
Boomer, David Wells. Roger Clemens didn't get here until 1999.
90. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he won in '99, 2000. He lost 2001, lost 2003, and that was when he went to Houston for 2004.
Sorry, guys, you got to fire me now.
Yeah.
We could have got a half point. We actually did say it.
Well, no, and we had one right.
Yeah, we got one of the two.
Oh well,
We're half good.
Stick with your first guess.
And to be a polite Canadian, sorry we messed that one up.
and the fact that it was only 1 year away. Come on.
So close, yes.
Question number 6. The Yankees interlocking NY logo, the one that we all know, was originally designed to represent which non-baseball organization?
I believe it was the New York Fire
New York.
Department or something.
Oh, I was thinking it was the Subway.
The way you finished that question, I thought there was going to be multiple choice.
Oh, no, it couldn't be the Subway. Yeah, we need multiple choice. That would help.
I'm pretty sure it was the Fire Department. When I went for my tour of Yankee Stadium, I think that's what they told me.
See,
All right,
that
there
helps,
you go.
you know, when you actually go there on a tour.
Well, you got to do the tours, man. The tours are great.
I haven't
I
been.
went for
I
I went for a tour of Wrigley.
On
I
the
went
tour,
for a
yeah.
tour of AT&T Park. Been to the Rogers Center a couple times.
I'd like to go for a tour there. Maybe I'll learn this question.
I've been to Yankee Stadium, but not the tour.
So there you go. I guess the answer is the fire department.
Fire
There we go.
The original NY was designed to represent the New York Police Department.
Oh!
It was designed by Tiffany, the jewelry company, because it was meant to be given, it was on a badge given to the first fallen officer in the line of duty.
You know what? That I feel like that one more than the last one deserves a half point because the fact that we went outside of sports and we went to.
I give you the half a point for the David. I give you the half a point for the David Cohn.
Okay.
2 half points equal a full point.
Before the name Yankees came into be, the franchise traces its origins all the way back to 1901. What's that?
Hi. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. The franchise traces its origins back to 1901, where they went by the name of which current MLB franchise?
Baltimore Orioles.
Baltimore Orioles, correct.
Wow.
And then they became the New York Highlanders, and then they became the Yankees.
Correct. Yeah.
And where did they play when they were the New York Highlanders? They played at Hilltop Park.
The Yankees. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
Font of Yankees knowledge there, Johnny.
All right, question number 8. The Yankees, along with their opponent, which I will not name, became the first two teams to have the World Series patch on the side of their hat. Which year was that? If I tell you who the opponent was, it would reveal what year it was.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much. Yeah. World Series. So just think about all the time in the World Series, you know?
Was it the Subway Series?
The Subway Series is a good one. That was probably 01, right?
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't the whole bloody sauce.
Oh, wait, no.
Subway Series. It has to be.
So,
I lied.
what's the question again? Like which year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the first year that the World Series patch went on the side of the Yankees hat? It was also the first year that there was ever a World Series patch on the side of the hat. So the Yankees and their opponent were the first two teams to ever have this.
Do this.
Wow.
That was the Subway Series. It has to be.
Did you ask them which year the patch, the interleague patch, was in French on the on the?
Did you guys really have a
the
patch in
uniform?
French? Did you guys really have a patch in
No, the
French?
Expos interleague patch was in French, and the Blue Jays one was in English.
That's funny.
Or what year the
First
color
year they
guard
play in.
held our flag upside down?
Oh yeah.
It was all right. They learned.
What year was the Subway Series? 2002, right?
I'm gonna say 2000.
I'd say 2000.
Well,
2000 rings a bell.
2001 was Diamondbacks.
Oh,
You're right. So the Subway Series had to be 2000 then, the year before that.
Yeah, because they didn't go to the World Series the year of the World Trade Center, right? No. That
No.
was the year before. It was before. So
unless they did
2000,
it because of 9.
and that was 2001.
Yeah, did they do it because of 9/11 or no?
No,
Because I know it
9/11.
interfered with the baseball.
No, that was the hope for the 2001 series was that they were going to win, but they didn't
Yeah.
Because they.
Yeah.
because they suck.
Do you think it was the year they played the Mets? Then I think it might have been 2000.
Okay.
But are we for sure that was the year that they played the Mets? Because they were in the World Series for like 5 back-to-back years,
Yeah. So
from like 98 to 2002, was it? Or
So
90?
96 they played the Braves.
And the Braves won.
Then they missed the playoffs in 97. Then 98, 99, 98 they played the Padres. Yankee guy, am I right? Did they play the Padres in 98?
I think they did.
Wait, the Padres were in the World Series?
Yeah. That was one of the ones that Tony Gwynn had.
So 99 might have been the Subway Series.
Yeah, I think it's 99 or 2000.
I thought it was 2000. Or, yeah, 2000.
I'm sticking with 2000.
Okay.
Seems like we're going 2000.
That's what I thought. But
Yeah,
so,
2000?
What do you guys think?
Sure.
Everybody thinks 2000 then?
It seems like it.
We'll go with that.
The first year that the Yankees and the Atlanta Braves wore the patch on the side.
96.
Oh!
1996.
Oh!
Yankees.
So officially worse than the Yankee team.
Yankees went to 5 back-to-backs. They won 4 of them. No, I'm sorry. No, they won 96 against the Braves. They did not win 97. The Marlins won 97, which nobody remembers.
Yes.
98,
The
they
Yankees
beat
did
the
not-
Padres.
Yankees didn't make the World Series in 97.
Yeah, they didn't. The Indians did.
The Indians,
That was a Jim Thome home run kind of son there off of Mariano. That's like one of like 2 home runs Mariano has given up in October. So fun story.
Yeah.
More men have walked on the moon than scored on Mariano Rivera in the month of October. That's one of my favorite Yankee facts. So 98 was the Padres. 99 was the Braves the second time. 2000 was the Mets. 2001 was the Diamondbacks. 2002 the Angels beat the Giants.
In 2003 was another Marlins one.
It was the Marlins beat the Yankees. 4 was the year we don't talk about.
The Red Sox.
The year that shall not be named.
And the year that should not be named. And then 5 was the White Sox. And then 6 is when I start forgetting. Cardinals in 6, right?
Usually, if you guess the Cardinals, you're probably right. In the 2000s, you're probably right.
Yeah. And final question. This is the community question, which means both you and Team Yankees get the exact same question.
Okay.
Which former Blue Jay is one of 3 living people to win the World Series with both the Yankees and the Red Sox as a player?
Which
Yankees and the Red Sox?
This player is a former Toronto Blue Jay, has won the World Series as a player with the Red Sox and as a player with the Yankees.
And the Blue Jays? Was the Blue Jays in there?
He was. I can't reveal that, but he was.
Well, you're saying,
he is a former Blue Jay.
Red Sox and Yankees? Dang.
So wait, is the question for the Yankees fan, which former Yankee won the World Series with the Blue Jays and the Red Sox?
No, it's the exact same. It's literally the exact same question. It's literally the exact same question.
So that obviously means that it has to be from the Boston's 2004, and then I would assume this would make the most sense with that. It'd be Boston's 2004 and the Yankees anytime from the late 90s.
Now, if this helps you at all, which actually it wouldn't, but Team Yankees got this right.
Very helpful. Thank you.
If this helps you at all, yes, okay.
So it's got to be.
That seems like the most correct.
Timlin never played for the Yankees, did he?
So which XJ was on that Boston team?
Mike Timlin.
Eric Hinsky.
Oh, Timlin. Did he play for the
Oh, Eric Hinsky's a good one.
Hinsky. Oh.
Hinsky? I liked Hinsky. Never liked Timlin.
I mean, because he was a bit player on both teams, I bet.
Yeah.
Right. But
So can I hear the full question again? Just want to hear it.
Sure.
I would say Ed Sprague, but he
Which
didn't
former
play
Blue
for the
Jay?
Yankees.
Which former Blue Jay won the World Series with both the Yankees and the Red Sox as a player? This person is one of 3 living people to have that achievement.
To have the achievement of having
winning
won
the World
on
Series
both-
with the Yankees and the Red Sox.
Okay. Okay.
I'm thinking Timlin.
So from the way that sound, that means that when he was on the Blue Jays, he didn't win.
Exactly.
No,
I
he
don't
didn't
think
win.
Timlin won it with
We
the
can cross
Yankees.
2 years off.
See, it makes
Yeah, I
it
don't
sound
think
like he won it as a J and as a Red Sox.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Okay. So
Yankee
yeah.
and
No,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You didn't win it as a
this
He won it as
person
a
did not
Yankee and a
win it
Red
as
Sox
J.
and didn't
Yeah.
win it as
Okay.
a J.
So I'll give you that because you
But he was
right,
on
that probably
all
is
three.
word he did not.
so
win
it
the
could
World
be
Series with
Eric
the J.
Hinsky.
It could be Eric Hinsky, but I don't think Eric Hinsky won 2 World Series though.
Was it
on the
only as a
Diamondbacks
player,
team?
not as a coach? Because he's a
Only
hitting
as a
coach now,
player.
right?
Only as a player.
Only as a
Okay.
player.
Player.
But I know Hinsky played for I think the Red Sox and the Yankees.
He did.
Um,
Clemens also played for both.
yeah, but Clemens didn't win a World Series with Boston because they lost in '86.
That is correct.
Thanks to
But I can't remember Timlin being a Yankee.
No, I can't remember Timlin being a Yankee either. So, but Hinsky I can.
Yeah, I think
Well, let's do
Hinsky's the
Hinsky
best
then.
bet so far.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we'll go with that then.
The former Blue Jay who won the World Series with both the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees.
Wait, hold on. Before you answer,
Yeah.
can you give us? Can you give us the World Series years for each team?
2009, 2009 Yankees, 2007 Red Sox. This player not only did that, but appeared in 3 straight World Series because this player also played for the Rays in 2008.
That doesn't help.
This player also was a coach for the 2016 Chicago Cubs.
Oh my gosh!
Eric Hinsky.
Yay!
Well done.
Wow.
Way to go, Keith.
He's a
I
3 straight
thought
World
the other
Series.
day-
7, 8,
How
and 9.
hard was that with for the Yankees guys?
Now let's go to the reigning defending champions from last year, Team Yankees.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm Spencer. On Twitter, I'm known as @MusicianDMD. I founded the hashtag NYY Cap of the Day. and 22-year season ticket holder with the New York Yankees.
All right. I'm Michael J. People know me as the food guy. I'm at MJ Torres 1230. I always forget that. For Ball 9, too. I do the Behind the Dish every week. So, and I try and keep up with the hats, but it's really hard in this crowd.
Hey everyone, my name's Steven Leonardi. At Twitter is SLEONARDI11 for good old Chuck Knobloch. And, I represent the MLB Fan Association at MLBFA01. And I also do some writing for Bronx Pinstripes and Overtime Heroics.
All right, this is our second appearance of what is essentially the Yankees All-Star Trivia team. You guys can go back and check out some past episodes, one of which where they played against the Mets in the most entertaining episode that we've ever produced of anything, in my opinion. And we still share a link to that. We encourage you guys to all go back and watch that. It is such an entertaining episode. And I'm looking forward to a very entertaining episode today. These guys know the rules. You guys know the rules. So we're no longer going to repeat. We are going to get going with question number 1. The Toronto Blue Jays began their franchise playing in Exhibition Stadium. Including baseball, how many professional sports teams have called Exhibition Stadium their home?
Ooh. Getting the gimme one today. Well, we know they don't have a basketball. I don't think any, to tell you the truth.
Canadian football. Did the Toronto Argonauts play there?
I think they do.
Yep. Oh, so that's, and then, God, what about the Toronto FC, their soccer team? Did they play there?
I don't know where else they would play.
Yeah, so I was thinking 3 was the number that popped in my head right off the bat. We know the Raptors didn't play there.
They don't play hockey there.
Popped in my head. Exactly.
Yeah, and I can't say that I've ever heard any insinuation that any other teams, any other sports have played there. It makes sense. I like the thinking. I like that, the Canadian football team may have played there. I like the thinking that, they do have European football, or soccer as we call it here. So I agree, but I don't know. I mean, my guess, if I was on my own, I probably would have said none. But I'm going with the majority.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 3. It was my gut.
Yeah, I'll stick with 3.
The correct answer is 3. Canadian football and soccer. The football team was the Argonauts, and the Blizzards, the Toronto Blizzards, were the soccer team. And just to highlight Spencer's little comment about football and soccer, we are an American team right here, which is why I'm repping my star-spangledness when we face this cross-border thing. Courtesy of Spencer right there, who actually gave me a wonderful deal and sent me this hat, which I've been looking to for a while. So Spencer,
I just found out he had an eBay page. I got to go hat shopping now.
Absolutely. I didn't realize that.
He's got a better selection than Lids, honest to God.
I have to do it for you, Scott. Really am.
I was just in Lids the other day, and it was like no selection. Not saying I'm trash talking Lids. I mean, we're open for sponsors, but
Loyal.
Question number 2: who is the Blue Jays' all-time home run leader?
Carlos Delgado. Yeah,
Carlos Delgado.
Yeah, my guess offhand would be Delgado.
Fairly certain of that.
It is Carlos Delgado. That was correct.
Yeah, that was kind of an easy one.
Okay.
It was.
I remember.
I gotta start easy, then I gotta get progressively more difficult.
I remember back in the day when I lived up to Toronto, his like coming up to bat song was "Who Let the Dogs Out," and like 5-year-old me just absolutely loved that.
and now it's my favorite Geico commercial.
You said Geico commercial?
Because like the Blue Jays, they've had some great power hitters over the years. You think of Jesse Barfield, and think of
yeah, but I think he was longevity, man.
Yeah, he played for the time that he was there. They've had some power, though. They've had some really good guys. Bautista, you would think that he would have been up there, at least one of their top home run top home run hitters.
I don't even think he was in the top like 5 if I remember looking at the list.
He didn't come on late in his. I mean, he was good when he came up, but he started late. He came up late. He was a pitcher originally, wasn't he?
Well, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah, he was something else in Pittsburgh, but I can't remember what.
I didn't know he was a pitcher. That'd be impressive. If that dude started off as a pitcher and he turned into what he eventually did turn into at his peak, that is a world of impressive.
Well, I know, like, just a couple of years ago.
It might have went the other way. He might have tried to make a comeback.
Yeah, a couple of years ago he did.
He tried to make a comeback as a pitcher a couple of years. I knew there was something to do with
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, didn't pan out.
Question number 3. Besides Jackie Robinson's number 42, which numbers are retired by the Toronto Blue Jays?
Holiday's one of them. Roy Halladay.
Yeah, Roy Halladay's definitely one of them. I can't think of his kid plays for the Blue Jays now. Is his number retired in Toronto?
Halladay?
Or did they move? Well, Roy Halladay definitely. Jackie Robinson definitely.
The only other one that I can think of offhand is Roberto Alomar.
Roberto Alomar.
In fact, he was really big in their the mid '90s on the World Series teams. Yeah, I just don't know what the number is. For some reason, I'm thinking 2, but I really don't know for sure. I'm not
it just seems so light for a baseball team to only have one other number than Jackie Robinson retired.
But like I remember,
I
remember like when I was up in Canada again, young age, but just being like, because I originally were just going to Toronto games, and we went to Yankee Stadium, and there was just a ton, and I remember just like so confused.
Yeah.
And like, I think at the time it was only Jackie Robinson and Roberto Alomar, since they've retired Holidays well after I left Toronto.
I want to throw this out there. Do we think that Jesse Barfield's number was retired? I kind of think it was. I don't know for a fact, but if we're using instincts, he was big. He was important to them. He's very active with them in retirement. Thoughts?
That's not too far off the beaten path, man. That's a possibility. I don't know why I was thinking Vlad Guerrero too, but I know he's not. He was loved, but not retired. So we got to go with 4, including Jackie.
3.
3 without Jackie, or 3 total?
No, 3 total. I don't remember Barfield.
Okay.
3's my favorite number. You want to stick with it?
That'd be my guess.
I'm a team player. Sticking with it.
The answer is there are 3 numbers retired by the Blue Jays. Number 32 for Roy Halladay and number 12 for Roberto Alomar, in addition to Jackie Robinson's 42.
Fantastic.
Well, it's too bad they didn't retire Barfield's number, because I think he'd be worthy.
Start the movement on Twitter, man.
What was the first season that the Toronto Blue Jays did not have a Canadian maple leaf on the uniform?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh.
Interesting.
My instincts are failing me tonight, guys.
Anywhere on the uniform? Hat too?
Anywhere.
Do we have to get like the exact year?
2020 when they played in Buffalo, New York. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't have a Canadian thing on, especially like on the hat, other than last year when they played in Buffalo. But I could be wrong. It's just a blind guess.
I remember when they had the Angry J. When that was the logo. Like the hip. The real.
Yeah, with the silver in it.
I don't recall there being like any, Canadian signs, associated with that uniform. But I mean, I'm spitfiring here, guys. I'm throwing mud at the wall and trying to see what sticks. So I really don't know.
What year was that though?
So like mid 2000s.
I didn't even know.
So I know they had it when I left Canada, which was 01.
So 05?
Works for me.
I'll go with 05. Majority.
All right, so you're going with 2005, the Angry J?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're wrong on both fronts, kind of. It's 2004, And it's not the Angry Jay. The Angry Jay had a maple leaf right on the arm that he was batting. There was no Canadian maple leaf on the original, what I call the Stealth Blue Jays jersey. However, in 2009, they eventually added it to the sleeve.
All right, learn something new today.
I'll take 1 year off.
Yeah, 1 year off. But you were sandwiched in between because the Angry Jay was 2003. So the Angry Jay was 03. And you guys guessed that with 05, but the correct answer was actually right in the middle.
Yeah. At least we're in the
I thought that was a cool logo. It was a very cool logo.
Yes.
And I also like the year where he had the profile and the day was given a
much better than the angry Oriole that looked like he had drinking a pot of coffee in a '60s Warner Brother cartoon.
This is an angry Oriole. What?
Oh my God! It was like in the '50s. They tried I think it was 54 or something like that. They tried to roll out an angry Oriole and it didn't fly. I think I only had it for 1 year.
I remember the anatomically correct Oriole, which I did not like. Yeah, it looks like. You talking about this?
Right, it looks like a Warner Brothers cartoon where he drank. Oh yeah, that was.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Question number... I lost my place. Question number 5. Before the Toronto Blue Jays were created, which other MLB franchise identified as the Blue Jays for 2 years? This team does still exist.
So somebody else was the Blue Jays. I have no clue.
Question.
Yes.
Are they a baseball team?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a baseball team.
Maybe for some reason the Mariners sort of come to mind. But I guess it's because they were founded in '77, just like the Blue Jays were. Let's look along the American League East. Red Sox wasn't
Yankees Hilltoppers, wasn't Orioles, were the Orioles for
wasn't
Pittsburgh,
wasn't
it's gotta be East Coast though, because I don't even think Blue Jays go to Seattle. It's an East Coast bird. Maybe
I mean, we could try going division by division and just crossing out the ones that we know it wasn't. Because the Red Sox, Yankees, Tampa, and Baltimore, I don't think it was any of those.
Yep, I agree.
The Twins were the Senators. I think the Tigers were always the Tigers, or at least from what I can remember. Same with the White Sox.
Yep.
He was in the Central. The Royals?
Brewers, maybe the Brewers at some point.
The Royals were the Pilots, weren't they?
Royals were the Athletics, I think, at one point.
No. Athletics were always Athletics. They went from Philly to Kansas City to Oakland.
I think that the Royals might be a good guess.
Remember the Royals were the Pilots, though, or at least I thought, out in Seattle for a year, and Lou Piniella was weirdly on that team.
Yep.
You're going with the Pirates?
Oh, man.
I don't know. Because I know the Pirates got their name because they're on the Three Rivers, and they used to steal other teams' players, or pirated them, but that was so long ago that you could be able to do that. But again, I don't have a better guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I remember anything Pirates before, the 70s, too, 60s, 70s, Pirates might not be a bad guess. Pittsburgh Blue
Honus
Jays.
Wagner was definitely a Pirate.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I know I've seen it, in one of the books I've read. The Blue Jays before the Toronto Blue Jays. I just can't associate it with the team. It was such a minor factoid. Just you've read it, but I can't recall from where.
Cincinnati, always the Blue Jay or always the Reds?
Yeah, they used to be the Redlings. Or not the Redlings, the Red Stockings.
Red Stockings, yep. The Brewers might be, I mean, that might be
what I thought.
out there, guys. Yeah.
That was a guess that I had, the Brewers.
Seems like a more modern name. You can't picture a 1920s team being like the Brewers.
I know it wasn't St. Louis. I'm pretty sure of that. Wasn't the
Cardinals.
It wasn't the Dodgers.
Okay.
It wasn't the Giants. It wasn't the Rockies. It wasn't the Marlins.
Wasn't the D-backs, the Padres.
I don't think it was the Mariners.
What about Texas?
They were... I think they were also the Washington Senators.
Texas,
So Washington had
Houston,
2 teams and lost them twice.
Houston Astros. Trying to
They
go
used-
around the map.
They were the Colt 45s.
Yes. Great name.
Colt 45, manufactured in Hartford, Connecticut, by the way. Just had to throw that on there.
Fun fact.
Again,
All right,
accepting sponsorships.
what's going to be our final answer? Pirates or Brewers?
with just the most minor force of instinct in my head, I would guess the Brewers. If you had a gun to my head, and I feel like you do have a gun to my head.
That's the Colt 45 in particular.
All right, man. I'm gonna bow out of this one because I'm clueless. I think you guys.
I don't
One of those
have a
two
better
teams.
guess. So, yeah, that works for me.
You didn't even
It was-
name the team. It was none of the ones you guys named.
Oh God.
The Philadelphia Phillies.
Oh, really?
In the 40s. So in 1940, I wrote the year down. It was like 40. I just wrote down 1940. So at some point in the 40s, a new owner bought it, and they had a name the team contest. So they got a bunch of recommendations for a bunch of names, and the most common name was Blue Jays. So what they did was they changed their name to the Blue Jays, kind of, and they put a Blue Jay on their jersey, and they put one on the sleeve, and the shirt still said Philly. And depending on what newspaper you read, some still called them the Phillies because they didn't like the name Blue Jays, but they did go by the Phillies for 2 years in the 40s. I mean, by the Blue Jays for 2 years in the 40s and went back to the name Phillies.
Wonder if their baby blue uniforms are.
I was thinking that.
Well, they could be. They could be. I don't know. I never thought about that. I don't know.
Tap little tip of the cap to the old old team.
Yeah, could be though. Never thought of that.
I never would have guessed that. Also, I was even thinking about World Series today, classic World Series, when you have classic teams. And I thought to myself, when the Yankees played the Phillies in 2009, that was great because you had 2 of the longest tenured MLB teams. And I never would have thought at one point the Phillies, weren't called the Phillies.
Yeah.
Well, and I also kind of thought of it like the older team nicknames, like they almost. Wow, that's a terrible logo.
Yeah, it's awful. It's awful.
But you know how like the older like team names are like they almost feel like a little like I don't want to say lazy, but like you didn't have to be that creative. Like, there were the Red Stockings, the Red Sox, the White Sox. I always just assumed Phillies. They were just lazy. Yeah, we're just Philly team. But
I kind of like Phillies because I don't know what a Philly is. I don't know how they come up with that. I mean, other than, okay, you're in Philadelphia and people who live in Philadelphia are Phillies.
Phillies.
Yeah.
I really always, when I was young, I used to think that the Phillies font they're supposed to be like they were blown up by balloons. They were like blow up balloons. And the whole thing
Feels
was
like it.
inflatable. It always looked inflatable to me.
The fanatic blows them up before games.
Yeah. The best Phillies uniform is the one that they brought back for like one game like 2 years ago, which was the maroon on maroon, which I think looked
I
absolutely
liked it like
stellar.
Darren Dalton. That's when I was a kid, man. Going there, they wore that maroon. It makes me think of Mike Schmidt or like Darren Dalton out in the outfield. Yeah,
Sure.
those uniforms are cool. But I still have the powder blue. Anything for me.
Oh, agreed.
I like their team logo with just the P in it.
too.
Especially with the red cap. I'm with the 1980 logo also. With the baseball in the center of it. I think it's
Yeah, that was good. It's again, man. I grew up in the late '80s, going to the old vet. My dad used to get tickets. He was a Teamster. We'd drive out and see him.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right, number 6.
Number 6. Name the runners who were on base when Joe Carter hit the game-winning home run in 1993. I will accept one answer as a correct, but I will award a bonus if you can name the rest of them. One of them, okay, one of them is a name you absolutely definitely know. The other one is a name you probably know, but one of them is a name you definitely know.
I would guess.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's Ricky Henderson.
Yep.
I mean, because Ricky Henderson would be leadoff, and Joe Carter wouldn't be too far down the line. Maybe even, I don't know why, but John Olerud is sort of coming to mind.
That's who was in my head. I had John Olerud in my head, so I think that those are good guesses, man. Henderson and Olerud.
Yeah, that's what I'd go with, just considering that the batting order.
I could see him running the bases with his batting helmet on.
The only other one that I'm thinking of was, and I don't know why, but I think he was only there like a couple of years, but it was Paul Molitor.
Yeah,
Paul Molitor is a good one too.
Because he would have been like a top of the order guy.
Yep.
I think he was the MVP of that series. No, was he? Was he the MVP of that series? All I know is he joined the Toronto Blue Jays after 1992 because I recall him in an interview saying, you know, he joined Toronto because if there was a team that had a chance to repeat, it would be the Blue Jays that year. And he would be a top of the order guy also. He wouldn't be fifth. Yeah, I would guess that Molitor was on base. Molitor and Henderson.
Molitor and Henderson, Molitor and Olerud. So I'm trying to think. So let's think of Henderson probably be your leadoff, and then Olerud, and then Molitor, and then. So we got to pick two of these guys. We'll go Henderson and Molitor.
Yeah,
works for me.
All right.
He's smiling.
We're so hard.
Because we probably got rid of the one guy who was on.
Like Bart Ford, you know.
Ricky Henderson and Paul Molitor.
No way!
Oh.
I was waiting for one of you guys to be like, oh yeah, Dave Winfield was on that team. I was waiting for one of you guys to bring that up and throw the whole monkey wrench into the whole thing.
I mean, talk about just like a stacked team.
Yeah. They had, I mean, God, they had pitching, they had everything.
Yeah, they were great. Was David Wells on the '93 team?
He was on the first World Series, and then they traded him, and that's when he went to Detroit.
No, if you look up
before he wound up in Baltimore. He had such a weird bounce around in the beginning, but yeah, he didn't get along with whoever the GM was, so he traded him.
I feel like that's the story of David Wells' career. He was here, but he didn't get along.
But Steinbrenner loved him. I mean, even when he hated him, he loved him. You know, they'd still like get lunch in Florida and stuff, even when he wasn't on the Yankees.
He was in the Blue Jays for the first World Series in '92, did go to Detroit for '93 through '95, played for the Cincinnati Reds. I feel like I could do a trivia game just about David Wells.
Probably.
Well, wasn't David Cohn there too?
Where, Cincinnati?
Yes.
No, Toronto.
No, he was in Toronto.
Yes, that sounds familiar.
Yes.
I think he was. 93 World Series. I think he picked in that World Series.
David Wells only was on the Yankees for '97 and '98. I thought he was on for '99 for some reason.
No, he was the Roger Clemens trade.
Yeah.
Oh, was he? Okay.
To Toronto.
Yeah, they went to Toronto for '99 and 2000. Then the White Sox. Then back to the Yankees for 02 and 03. I remember him being back to the Yankees for that second stint. Then the Padres. I remember being on the Padres. Red Sox, I do not remember that at all.
Yeah.
Back to the Padres. So he played for three teams twice.
Yep.
And then he finished with the Dodgers.
Yep. He won what?
Dodgers.
2 World Series rings, 3 World Series rings. I mean, he cashed in too.
Shoot, I'm thinking 2 World Series rings. Let me look.
Was it 90, 92 and 98?
92, 98, and yeah.
What was he in Chicago?
He's in the White Sox in 2001.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, they won in 05.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe that
We're on a roll here.
David Wells trivia. Call your ball 9 guys to see if you get in touch with David Wells for a David Wells trivia.
Do the Davids. I want to see David Wells and David Cohn.
Oh, that'd be David's trivia. Just David's.
Just Dave.
Dave
Okay.
Winfield. Dave.
The answer to every one of these questions is Dave. I like this. Oh, I like this idea.
And then
David
it's funny, too,
DeLucci.
it could be our team versus a team of Daves you find on Twitter. Because there's a couple. I got a couple of baseball guys who are Dave Cromwell. There's a couple of baseball Daves.
Oh wow. I'm intrigued. I think I'm gonna. Okay. I'm not promising anything, but I am kind of putting that on the agenda. Question number 7. What is the first year that the Toronto Blue Jays began wearing the red Canada Day jersey?
That was in recent years. I know that.
Yeah, I feel like really recent, like 2017 or later recent.
Sort of. I was thinking 2015, but yeah, definitely.
That was the second number in my head after I spoke. All right, what else you got?
Yeah, I was thinking like 2019, 2018, but
I'm stepping away for just like 2 seconds. I'll be right back. But you guys keep like talking and stuff.
I know it was before 2018. I know it was before 2017. 2016, 2015. That's when it starts getting a little kind of hazy there. I think it was around then. But again, I can't really swear to it. I'm just like you guys. I'm using my MLB instincts, and that's what my MLB instincts.
Yeah, I always try to picture like a player in it and see, who I could picture wearing that thing.
The only thing is, like, I don't like going off of that. I don't know if I can picture Roy Halladay in it, because I think I can.
I don't think
that would have been a long time ago.
I don't think he was with the Jays back then. I know he came to the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah, it was like 09 or 10 to Philly.
That's when he pitched the no-hitter for Philly. So he was gone. He was gone by then.
I don't know. 2015 works for me.
Yep.
All right, Scott. We're going to say 2015.
It is 1996.
Okay.
What? I can't picture like Vlad Guerrero or like Pedro Martinez wearing that thing.
Well, they were Expos. They weren't Blue Jays.
Oh, that's probably why I can't picture this in my head. I'm trying to picture all these different Blue Jays.
So this would have been like Sean Green.
Expos.
I think Tony Batista.
Well, I cannot visualize anybody in 1996 on the Blue Jays wearing, anything red. I mean, I never would have guessed that.
Got me on that one, man. I was in a whole different world.
I always think that the Blue Jays right now, they lack from. I'm sorry, they suffer from a lack of red in the current uniform. There needs to be some red to make some stuff pop. It's just such an oversaturation of blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make the brim red or something like that. Something. It just needs some red somewhere. It's just so overly blue. Which I get it, you're the Blue Jays, but like you have to balance color. It's a very unbalanced color uniform. And a lot of people say the Blue Jays are the best overall uniform lineup in baseball. I'm like, really? I would say best overall lineup. You'll be surprised whenever they have if MLB or Fox Sports or something like that, they put up a poll best uniform. Blue Jays is always consistently in the top 3. I'm like, really? I think they're fine, but nothing really jumps out the page. I think 2004 Stealth Blue Jays knocks this one out of the park.
Yep.
I would say
give me brown and yellow Padres.
Well, if we're going to talk on caps, if you don't mind me talking caps, one thing that's really cool where the Blue Jays are, the all-black cap with a little spot of black in it. If you've seen that before, that's a very, very cool look, a very, very cool-looking cap, and pretty popular amongst the cap heads. So I know what you mean, Scott, by getting that little bit of red. They need just the right amount in it.
I think the best Blue Jays hat ever was the one right before Stealth, right before Angry Jay. I'm sorry. It's the David Cohn, not David Cohn, the David Wells second trip to Toronto one. The one that's got the red, it's blue, red brim, and then there's 3 different color blues on the hat. There's white, there's a navy blue, there's a lighter blue that gives it an accent. Someone's calling me. 1 second.
I just got the heads up. Wilson left with tightness in his
Alexa,
left
off.
shoulder.
Yep, saw it too. Well, this could be good or that could be absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Two more questions left. Ready?
Yes.
What is the original selected name for the Toronto Blue Jays? It never came to fruition, but there was a name that was selected first because of another Name the Team contest. This is the winning team. The winning name.
Oh. I'm sorry I'm letting you guys down tonight. I feel like I'm the anchor of the team. I have no idea.
No, especially because it never came to fruition, so you literally have to just know what the guy.
Yeah.
It's the Toronto avocados and still be farther away from what actually won. Try to think of like Canadian things that are scary, universal health care. I got nothing. Like
I mean,
the Canadian universal health care.
Just like a picture of your tax bracket with like 60% of your taxes taken out on that.
Someone please make this logo and make this uniform.
I mean, if I'm working it out, I would come to the Seagulls, but I'm thinking again of Dave Winfield and the Seagull that he killed, warming up, I mean, because we got to think for Seagulls. It's like, they must really love Seagulls, I mean, if we got a law, protecting them, you can get arrested if you kill one. I don't
Toronto Tim Hortons or something. It's got like a donut on it. Like, I got
love a good Tim Hortons.
Poutine. That's popular up there.
Yeah.
Good old poutine.
Or the
I got
toast. I hear, toast, that's what they call their hats. Yeah, I feel like I know a lot of Canadians also, I feel like I'm letting them down, You think you know a thing or two about baseball.
Going with the Toronto Blue Stockings.
Toronto and Blue Stockings.
Actually, that's a good guess, the Blue Sox. I could picture that.
So
honestly, what about... No, is this a hint?
I was going to, but what are you going to say?
I was going to say, what about just like... Again, just kind of like how like teams used to always kind of be lazy. What about just like Blues?
Toronto Blues.
Because like I'm thinking like up there, there's like right by like at least back when it was the Sky Dome, there was like a lot of like Labatt Blue, like the brewery. Like there was a lot of like beer stuff.
Any chance that they would share Maple Leafs? Could they share the team name Maple Leafs? Would they? I don't think they would, but I just thought I'd throw it out there, something to think about.
Toronto Leafs. Are we getting a hint?
Yeah, give us a hint. Is it?
Yeah, what's the hint? And what's this cupcake?
Oh,
I'm a little upset right now.
My girlfriend gave me a cupcake, so I think she baked
them.
They're quite delicious. Your hint is going to be. She's shaking her head. No, are they not delicious? Or did you not?
Or did we not get a hint?
Or did you not make enough cupcakes for everyone?
She did not make them. Someone else made them.
Stop and Shop made them.
I think we got to let the food guy. We got to give the food guy a sample of this. He can make a.
I can make or break your. Yeah, I can make or break your cupcake.
She said it took too long to eat it. She just took a bite.
And you mentioned that you're a teacher, correct, Scott?
I am.
You know that you have to bring enough for the rest of the class.
Bang!
I didn't plan this. So it's more like there's just left over in the teacher's lounge. It's finders keepers.
Scott is a future teacher of the year. We are looking at a future teacher of the year. I know it's going to happen.
All right, give us a hint. We deserve one.
Your hint is it's one of the ones you said. Somehow. And I can't fucking believe it.
Oh my God. I would die.
Blue Sox? Is it the Toronto Blue Jay or Maple Leafs? The Leafs? What else did we say? We had four things.
Blues.
Leafs, Blues, Blue Sox, Blue Stockings.
You're going Blue Stockings?
My guess is still Blues.
Mine is Blue Stockings. I should get a third of a point if I'm right.
Spencer, you're the tiebreaker. One says Blues, one says Blue Stockings.
So I'm going with the Labatt Blue Brewery.
See, I would have said Blue Sox. I don't think it would just be Blues. I think it would be Blue Stockings if it was one or the other.
Blue Sox.
But I feel like they're too new of a franchise to have gone with a sock color. Didn't they come out like in the 70s?
78,
Well, no, because
I think.
Or like White Sox, Red Sox, Reds. Like those were like really before teams had names. Now that doesn't rule it out. That's just kind of my thought process.
All right, what is it?
I'm gonna die if it's Siegel's name.
Well, which one? What's the official answer?
I'll let you
Official
guys
answer
pick.
is blue stockings.
Blue stockings. Okay. Steven's right on everything. I can't believe you guys abandoned him.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Wow!
It's all good.
Give me, man.
It's all good.
It was the Toronto Blues, and the reason why they had to change it because there was a local university that has that same mascot, so they asked them to change it. So the modification was, let's do Blue Jays.
Wow! All right,
It's a good fact.
Yeah, yeah. And the final question. I feel like you guys will knock this one out, actually. So it'll be a high note to go out on. Which former Blue Jay is one of 3 living people to win the World Series with both the Red Sox and the Yankees?
Roger Clemens.
Well, he wasn't. You didn't win one with the Red Sox.
He wasn't on the. Oh.
Nah.
A Blue Jay who won with the Red Sox and the Yankees.
Yes.
Okay.
Because Clemens was still in. Clemens retired a Yankee.
David Cohn is one.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what is the question again?
Which former Blue Jay, as in he's retired now, won the World Series with both the Yankees and the Red Sox? He is one of 3 living people to do so.
One with the Red Sox and the Yankees.
Because I don't think Cohn was there in Boston in 2004. But he might have been, because he did finish there.
I don't think he was on the 2004 team.
I don't think he was either.
No, because he was in Toronto in the late 90s, and he was old then.
Well, it wasn't Johnny Damon. I don't think Johnny Damon ever played for the Blue Jays.
Nah.
No, he was
Kansas, Oakland,
He
Boston,
was with the Yankees and the Red Sox.
Yankees, Tampa.
Cohn.
So it has to be. So let's think about 04. That's the first Red Sox World Series. There's nothing before that, so it has to be 04 or later.
So here's one. It could be, but it's gonna be a technicality. I know he was on the team, but I don't know if he played to get a ring. Is Mike Lowell? But no, he wasn't a Blue Jay, so never mind.
Hinsky. Could Eric Hinsky could have been one? Because he won with the 09 Yankees, and then he later played for the Red Sox, if I'm not mistaken.
Eric Hinsky, yeah.
Eric Hinsky. Oh my God.
Because he went to the World Series in 3 straight years. He was on Boston in 07, Tampa in 08, and then Boston 09. He was a Blue Jay earlier in his career.
Yeah.
Great guess. I think that's it.
Yeah, it's Hinsky.
It is Eric Hinsky, who also won the World Series as a coach in 2016 with the Chicago Cubs.
Wow.
So talk about the luckiest guy on the planet.
Actually, him being on the Cubs kind of makes sense, because if he was on Tampa and if he was on Boston, he had Madden and he had Epstein. So he was like both of their guys.
Connections. Yeah.
Good for him.
I like that.
Yeah.
Good call, man.
I'm glad I can help the team out. I'm glad I redeemed myself. You know, not one of those cupcake questions.
Thank you for joining us. If you like this video, be sure to comment, subscribe, and share. If you would like to participate in 9 Innings Trivia, please don't hesitate to make a comment or send us a DM where you can find us on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram. You can find us at any one of those places. Say, hey, we want to play 9 Innings Trivia. I do know Team Blue Jays is specifically looking for some Colorado Rockies fans. So if you are a Rockies fan or know any Rockies fans, make sure to send them this video and tell them to send me a DM. We would love to play some 9 Innings Trivia with some more fan bases from around Major League Baseball. Thank you very much, and as always, have a good one.